Hello, everyone. I am Titania Jordan, and I have been working out with James for August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 8 months. 8 months. And it has changed my life. I have always struggled with not being born looking like Kate Moss. I've always been right smack in the middle, not too thin, not too fat, but I've got some warped perceptions, I would say, about what the ideal body image is. And as a result of that, have struggled with eating disorders, restrictive eating, crash diets, um, wearing corsets, like all the BS, right? And as I get older and I see people that I care about declining in health, I realize it's not about having less mass as a human. It's about having the healthiest and strongest mass possible. And so when I originally reached out to James to help me, I was feeling fat. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way my clothes fit. I didn't like how I was feeling mentally. And I didn't have a lot of energy. And what I thought was going to happen was I was going to, get where I wanted to get in like 4 to 6 weeks and call it a day. And that's not what happened. And I'm so thankful it did, because that's not reality. That wouldn't have been what's best for my bones and my heart and my brain. Hard work takes hard work. You have to put in the time. Sure, you can drop 10 pounds in a month if you want, but will you be stronger? Will you have more energy? Is it sustainable? No. And then when you go back to living your everyday life, it'll come back on plus some. And you haven't learned anything. I needed to create habits, even though I didn't want to, of getting up and showing up. And James always shows up. He shows up for you, not only in helping to create a plan that works for you, that pushes you, but works for you, but he actually cares. He cares about how you are as a whole. He looks at your holistic progress. It's not just about how much you're working out. It's how much are you eating? What are you eating? How much are you moving? What's going on in your life? Are you sleeping? How's your stress level? Are you having regular bowel movements? How's your hydration? Really core, key, obvious things that we should all be paying attention to, but sometimes you need to enlist some help. And so James is wise beyond his years. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met, and does research. He researches everything. And when he doesn't know, he reaches out to experts who do know to get you the right answers, whether it's around artificial sweeteners or, genetically modified ingredients, or eating organic, or keto versus carbs versus sugar. Like, there's so much out there. There's so much misinformation out there. Also, I know a lot of women particularly are afraid if they do anything but cardio and restrict their calories that they're going to blow up, right? That's so cute. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to bulk up. I have been throwing up weights that I never thought I would. I wouldn't have even tried because I was afraid that I would hurt myself. And I just didn't think I could do it. But James is so encouraging, and he sees what I can do before I see what I can do. And he will not let me get hurt. I mean, he's right there. If I'm, just this morning I was throwing up 25-pound weights in each hand, which is like crazy to me, because if I were to choose, I'd be like, 8. Let's do 8 pounds each. No. He's like, you can do 25, but he's right there with me. If I start to wobble, he's there. And so I trust him. I'm not worried about my back. I'm not worried about my knees. I'm not worried about anything other than focusing on me getting healthier and stronger. And as a result of that, I feel better. I love the way I look. I have muscles that I didn't even know existed. My clothes fit better. I have more energy. There are some things I need to do outside of the working out and the accountability that I work with James on, just from like a therapist standpoint, because there's some there are some deep-seated, issues around what the number on a scale should be. But that's not something James is going to be working on with you. He can help you find the people to talk to about it, but he's a human. He can't do everything. So yeah. I actually haven't. I don't know what I weigh. And that's okay, because James is really understanding in that regard of, he wants to know so he can track, yes, there are going to be fluctuations, and yes, you're building muscle and hopefully burning fat. And so, there's a lot to unpack there, but I step on the scale backwards. He's going to let me know if I'm progressing or not. And eventually one day, I am confident I'm going to be able to face the scale, and whatever number it says, it's fine. It doesn't matter, because I know I'm putting in the work. I am consistent. I'm accountable, and I don't just have to eat steamed veggies and grilled chicken in order to do that. I can eat my peanut butter cups. Okay. I can have the ice cream, but as James says, protein first. He just has all these nuggets of wisdom that are actually attainable. Like there's so many lofty goals that other fitness programs or diet programs or whatever hold you to this unattainable standard. I'm trying to change my life, and I'm trying to live a longer, healthier life. And much like with anything in adulthood, it's going to take time, and you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do in order to get to where you want to go. So is it an investment? Is it a financial investment? Yes, but it's an investment. I would rather spend the money on James's expertise and program than really anything else. I mean, this is healthcare for me. It's vital. It's vital to everything else. It's also an investment in time. I do not want to get out of bed. I don't like getting out of bed. My bed is so comfortable. It's a lovely, lovely place. I'm not trying to get out of bed, but I have to because who's going to be there? James. And I need to show up for him. I need to show up for myself. I need to show up for my son, my husband, my colleagues, my family, my career. This helps me not just be more physically fit. I feel like a beast right now. I feel unstoppable. Sure, there's fluctuations with mood just because I'm a woman, once a month. But once I started working out with James and really being accountable to him with everything I was doing with my life, I just felt this renewed sense of strength and clarity. And not the kind that comes from too much coffee, not the kind that comes from, some sort of yoga retreat where you feel like you found yourself. It's in me. It's in me. And the more I work on it, the more it gets better. So I'm unstoppable. I have more confidence, clearly, as you can see. And it is all thanks to James. So I have worked out with a ton of trainers. I've been on every diet possible. I've avoided and consumed every food possible. I've done all the things, is what I'm trying to tell you. All the exercises, all the diets, all the programs, clubs, online, all the things. This is the best program I have ever been a part of, and James is the best trainer I've ever had the honor of working with. So do the thing. Make the call, book the consult, book the program. You will thank me, you'll thank him, and you'll thank yourself, and everybody around you will see a difference. So do it.